It's week 4 of the National Football League. And up next is the Texans' leader at quarterback. He's 5th in the NFL in passing yards entering this week. It's the Texans and the Jaguars on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins. Certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
You want to be a boss? You got to pay the price. Little wrist on froze, look like a bag of ice. I'm driving a Bentley big tanker.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The numbers for him from a week ago, 5 catches, 69 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, Bigsby. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. 3rd and 9 here.
Sometimes the crosses get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another run by Bigsby.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that's a quick little completion.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got him in, it's Brown. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now back to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The numbers for Mixon last week, 18 carries, 60 yards.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. On play action, they'll throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. On the delay, it's Mixon. They get the 1st. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Mixon is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw here.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now out come the Jags.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. In motion left comes Brown. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. 74 yards.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Texans back out there and ready to go.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
Got a man. It's Collins, complete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Mixing up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Texans had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans have taken the lead.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Jags offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. And Bigsby once more. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up to throw. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz from 3 yards out. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard.
Offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
He'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here's Bigsby.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. This goes out wide for Mixon.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 1. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And he floats one there, incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 14-6 was the final score. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And things...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Man in motion left. That's Collins. And he'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll drop the throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
To about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices,
We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A run here with Bigsby. Good footwork at the 30. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. On the carry, Bigsby. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is taken at the 18. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense taking over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 5. Got his man, Dell. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On
play action. They'll throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down and working his way in for the sack. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Touchdown of the night. And the Jags get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Back now in Jacksonville.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. He'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll send Brown in motion right. Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man. It's Brown. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now he's he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you'll only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Holding offense.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. This goes out wide from Mixon.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. They run for it with Mixon, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now back to throw. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Inside the 20.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Yet another interception interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Houston set to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Texans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.